Hey Cancers, welcome back to Deku Tarot. Welcome to your December 2020 reading. I know it's been quite a time. Your last reading was one of the most deeply felt and intense readings that I've done in a very long time. And as Cancer rising, I felt that. So, in December, we've started off the month with the eclipses in Gemini and Sagittarius beginning. Big changes are here. I think this month is a really intense look here. Not just a look, but a push to do something about the toxic, codependent attachments that we allow to subvert really our skills, our success, and our own desires. And I think that there's a need really to separate yourself from the attraction of love right now. And I know that sounds weird, but I think we need to take a step back here to evaluate how it is that we connect, if it's healthy, and if it needs to be reworked in some major way. We will also realize this month here, if we haven't already, that what we have held so tightly onto for so long, you will realize this month when you open up your hand or your claw that you're actually holding on to nothing but this, the pain and the 3 swords that it's left in you. You've held so tightly to something that you didn't even realize was actually the cause of this sadness, this heartbreak, this deep feeling of, wow, everything is just falling apart. The world is against me. Nothing is going to work. That's not true. And I don't want to act like I'm kicking you while you're down. I don't want you to take it that way, because that's not what I mean by this. But you did allow this to happen, and you chose for so long to keep giving and giving and giving and nurturing in that Cancerian way to somebody, probably a relationship, that didn't give you anything in return, you know? You may have really awoken to this deeper need here, your own deeper needs, and really what you sacrificed within yourself to give to this other person, to bring stability to another relationship, to another person, to somebody and something else. What you have sacrificed and what you felt obligated to do was give it everything. And for Cancers, we tend to let's just be honest, Cancers are givers. We give everything that we can to a relationship. We will nurture the hell out of all the people that we love. We're known to be kind of that maternal force in the zodiac, right? Also very attractive, and we tend to attract in people that need to be nurtured, that want to be nurtured, and know that we're not going to say no. So if you find that these deeper needs that are not being met are awakening and calling to you between these eclipses, so between the beginning of the month and the 14th, when we have that Sagittarius lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, it will be, if it doesn't happen between then, you will wake up after that eclipse on the 14th, and you will be like, wow, this has to end. These things need to be let go of. It has to stop. it is time for expansion. It's time to expand our lives in the way that we want to leave this shell behind and move towards a new one. So this won't be easy, right? Oh gosh, of course not. This won't be easy. And that's very clear when you see that Five of Swords, that Five of Pentacles, Three of Swords. But what you have to do amidst all of this is know that you have all of the power. You have all of the power to get to that place of success that you have dreamed of. What is that life that you once dreamed of? What is that? And why did you give it up? Did you want to go back to school? Did you want to learn something else? Did you want to be in a different profession, live in a different place, be in a relationship where somebody nurtured you for once, who pampered you instead of you doing all the work and being expected to constantly nurture and get little to nothing back? You know that this is hard to get through. Yeah, we know that this is not an easy month here. It asks a lot of us. But what you have to remember is you're not being victimized. I know that it might feel that way with the way the eclipses have treated us, but life is hard. This is difficult. But you can push through this. You have the tools that you need, and you don't need to rush towards somebody else to do it. You don't need a new partner. You don't need that cute person's attention just because they're around and you're going through a rough time and it feels good. You need to get through this on your own. You can't try to start up something new as you're ending something else. You can't be doing these things that are just going to put you back exactly where you are. You have the power to change this month. You have the power. You have all the power, really, this month. You have it all. You're in the midst of change. And yes, it might feel like you're juggling a lot of heavy things right now. Your emotions, your changes of work. But if you do not set this up now and you get yourself back into this place again, where you're relying on a toxic relationship, where you're going back to that person, that thing that makes you feel comfortable and that you feel comfortable nurturing, but again, it's just wearing your energy. Where you have all this power to make these changes. You have it all right now. Like you have it all, guys. And yes, you're going to need the bravery, the courage, the wherewithal to say what you need to do and not feel, not think twice about it. You have to state what you need and not feel bad about needing that. You have to state what is necessary to you without feeling guilty about that, oh, how's that going to be for this person? Or how's that going to be for my partner? You have to stop putting your thoughts on them. You've got to take care of you, because you keep putting that to the side. And every time you put that to the side, it gets worse. And you find yourself more and more trapped. So December is really important for you to make the right decisions. And it's really important that you know that these changes, and the time has come. If you've been waiting for divine timing or something to change, it's not going to change. It's not going to change if you keep waiting for it to get there. You have to go. Change is here, yes. It's time for you to make a decision. But just because the Wheel of Fortune is here, it is not handing this over to you. It is not going to hand this over to you. The Eight of Cups talks about that emotional leaving. We have to leave something behind that we have become emotionally attached to. And that's really difficult. Leaving behind, again, a relationship. Leaving something. It might feel for a lot of you like leaving a huge piece of your heart somewhere. And leaving a big empty void in there and wondering, how am I ever going to fill that again? What if I left the only thing that was filling that and I'll never find it ever again? Those fears. But you know what? You couldn't. A lot like Gemini's reading, almost. No, I mean, not really like Gemini's, but in the same sense that... Now I lost it. I lost the train of thought. you can't wait for this to change anymore. It's not going to do this on itself, but this has already come up within you and you can't ignore it. When the Tower reverse is there, it's happening within you. And this is a moment where everything has shifted, everything has changed, right? Who are we? What are we doing? I don't know who I am. I don't know what I want. It's because you've left, like, you're now at this point of like almost like a new beginning. Not almost, a new beginning. A new chapter is unfolding because you've had to walk. It's time to walk away. It's like the universe is like, hey, it's time to walk away. But if you ignore that, you're going to get stuck again. You have to know when the right time to walk away it is. And you also have to know that whatever you fear you're losing, if you fear that you will never have that again, you absolutely will. Okay? For some of you, I mean, not for some of you, for a lot of you, education and so anything that's going to better our work and our bank accounts and make that a priority right now. Making ourselves and our career ambitions. What do you want to do? That's what the priority is. What have you not done because you've been so focused on making sure this relationship was going to work, or making sure this codependent, negative, toxic situation was going to be okay, that you were giving to, that whatever you were holding up, you know, all that energy that you were holding that up with, that you were supporting, nurturing that with, is now going to be directed towards what you want to do. And what you want to do might be education, learn something new. Do that thing that you've always wanted to do. Study somewhere where you've always wanted to study. Get a master's, whatever it might be. Learn a new trade. But work is on the mind, and it's time to start setting yourself up for the success that you deserve, that you keep handing over to everybody else. Saying, oh, it's okay. They can have that. They deserve it. No, you deserve this. You deserve this. And you have to go for it. I don't think that anybody else can do these things for you this month. You have to find your own comfort. You have to do this. Okay? So, this won't be easy. But this month also, I mean, looking at all these cards, like nothing defines you. You're not the same crab that was there before. And actually, I forgot to even mention this at the beginning of the video. For this month, I've just been listening to, you know, kind of intuitively picking a song for the sign, listening to that and seeing, you know, pulling cards while connecting with your energy and listening to that song and seeing what, you know, if it connects better. And I've really been enjoying it. And your song was Head On by Man Man. Head On, Hold On to Your Heart. And it's such a beautiful and empowering song about coming face to face with who you were in the past and not even recognizing that person, not even recognizing the person that made these decisions, that chose to do this for however long you've been in this situation, and realizing, oh my God, this is toxic. This is something I have to break away from. I have to listen and protect my power, my heart, my energy, because I've been giving it to everybody else. You need to focus on setting up your new beginning without anybody else to focus on, anybody else's needs, desires, whatever they want, whatever their agenda is. It is no longer it's no longer up to you. It's no longer your responsibility to think about it, care about it, or do anything about it. It's not on you. It's just not. They need to take care of themselves, and you have to step away. Okay? So you have to focus on this new beginning again for you, for nobody else. Nobody else, okay? So don't give that Cancerian control, really that power that you have right now, over to anybody else. Anybody else. Nobody. Period. Okay? Even if it seems good. And romantic prospects will be all over the place. You're very attractive. You're always very attractive, though, Cancer. And that nurturing, beautiful, loving energy that you give out is going to be amplified. Waiting for a card to come out here, but I think, weirdly enough, I kind of knew this was going to happen. So I got another deck for you guys. The Hobbit and the Morgan Greer both wanted to be used for you, so now we're switching over to the Hobbit. But you'll be very attractive this month because we have both, Saturn and Jupiter lighting up your 8th house. They both move into Aquarius. And that's all about your sexuality, eroticism, things coming to the surface, big realizations. And people, again, are going to find you sexually irresistible. And you might want to get in on that and be like, wow, oh yeah, I'll give you a piece, because you love giving a piece to anybody that asks, right? But you have got to stop it. You got to not do that, okay? If they're really there for what they should be there for and what you need, the energy that you want to be bringing in, then you can come back to it later when you figured yourself out, when you've healed, when you've done that. Because right now, this is what you need to focus on. 8 of Coins, 8 of Cups, working on yourself, building yourself back up, maybe even physically. You've got to work on you. And you've got to walk away. You've got to let something go. The good things that you want, the changes that you need, that you are so desperate to bring in, that you are like, oh my God, everything's falling apart. When are things going to get better? When you let the thing go, that's making your life miserable. When you let it go, you've got to let it go. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts around that this month, because if you don't let it go, it's going to make 2021 an absolute, it's not going to be good. Just don't do it. Because then you're going to have to be dealing with this for another year. Don't do that. Don't put yourself in a position where the beginnings are, the beginnings are here right now. The astrology is begging for you to make a new beginning for yourself, to say what's on your mind, to put yourself first for the first time in maybe years. And you have to do it. You can come back to love, relationships, all that stuff at a different time. And I know it's going to be really difficult because everybody is going to be up in your DMs. And when they hear, if you're freshly single or whatever, if they hear that, they're going to be all over you. Let's talk. How you doing? I know it's quarantine, but maybe we could meet up. No, it's quarantine. I don't think I'm going to do that right now. That's all you need to say. We're in a pandemic. I don't have to. Even if you're in a country where there's no cases, just use it as an excuse right now, because that's what's going to, if you want to do that, we can talk about that in a few months, or, maybe in January or something, but not right now, because right now I got to do me. I have to heal. I got to focus on stabilizing myself, on stabilizing my finances and this new path forward that I want. Financially, you have desires. That's so clear to me. But you, in some aspects, haven't believed that you are worthy of the success that you do deserve in those realms. It is there. It's going to happen. It's going to get better, but you have to start believing in yourself. You need to know that it's your perception that keeps you held hostage to these things that you're like, oh, well, it's stable, it's grounded, and it's money, it's going to come in, it's not the best, and I don't care, they don't appreciate me or anything. No. Why? Why are you doing that then? Stop it. Stop it. What you need to do is go forward with that idea that you got. Take on that new opportunity. If you have something that you've wanted to do, now is the time to go for it. You can have it. Yes, you can. I know that it's like, oh, those things never happened to me and I'll never be able to make that change. Yes, you will. Don't give me the Eeyore speech here. I'm done. We're not going to listen to that this month. I know that maybe some of you guys are going to get mad at me for all this, but I think that we need the pep talk, because it has been emotionally difficult, and somebody needs to kind of slap us out of our shells and say, get going, you can do this, because you can, okay? Another person cannot solve this month, and that's why I'm going to say, when people start creeping into the DMs, and they really want to get in your pants, and they really want to tell you that you're cute and all this stuff, don't do it right now. Maybe even just try to just push them off if you can for now, okay? Just push it off. I know that it's hard, but this is just the beginning of all this 8th house stuff for you. So it's just the king. It's just like the gun just went off, so everyone's running right now. And yeah, you're the most attractive thing in sight, as always, but you've got to know who's good for you and who's not. And you can't really know that when you're in the process of healing and of letting go and going through all this stuff and trying to set your life up. So if you really do want to date somebody, if you really do want to get into the romantics, if you think that there's potential with somebody for real, and they're not just trying to, you know, get in your pants or whatever, just get to know them. Maybe keep it to texting, calls, just try to get to know this energy, get to know this person, because they might actually want to get to know you too. And if they don't, you'll know that that's not the person. You'll know that that's not the right love for the future, and you don't have to pay attention to it. You don't have to get attached. And it's so easy. I know how easy it is for you guys to get attached. People don't know how easily Cancers get attached to people, whether they're good for them, bad for them. We get attached. All you have to do is show us a little bit of emotion. Touch us in some beautiful way. Just be attractive to us. I don't know, if for some reason there's Cancer, like, it's a Cancer thing to just get attached to somebody you barely know and then try to build your life around them, nurture that relationship. But you have to stop that cycle right now. This December asks you to put that love and that nurturing just into you. If somebody else wants to come and nurture you, yeah, sure, fine, but your intentions have to be pure, and you have to actually do what you're going to say you're doing and not expect me to do anything, because everybody expects something of you, Cancer. Everybody's always asking something of you. It's time to choose you, right? It's time to choose you. And so when that eclipse happens, that solar eclipse for you, you will be done with you'll be done with a big situation. And if you choose to stay in it after that, it's no one's fault but yourself. I'm sorry to say that. That's no one's fault but yourself. It's time for you to stand up strong to this fantastical, fearful energy that holds you back. The thing that makes you run around in circles in your head saying, well, maybe it is good for me. And maybe if I just wait long enough, they'll change. Maybe the relationship will get better. Maybe they'll start putting in the effort. Maybe something is going to give. It's not going to. I don't know who needs to hear that, but that person isn't going to change. That relationship isn't going to change. And the more time and energy that you give it and nurture it with, the more of yourself and your own power that you're giving to it. When you need your power this month to break through this, to heal yourself and to prepare yourself for the success that you've always wanted. So start aiming towards the goals that you want. Start manifesting in that kind of way. Say, I want to move here. I have to get decisive with where you want to direct your energy and believe it. Don't be saying, you can be saying, this job is for me, I can have this life. But if you're not believing it inside and you're not feeling it and you don't believe that you're worthy of it in some way, or it's not going to happen for you, then it won't happen. The universe will pick up on energy like that. And right now, you're putting out quite a bit. So you have to make sure that what you're putting out is positive, that it believes that you can have everything that you want, that you can do everything that you want, that you can have that job, that you can live on your own, that you can break free from that toxic and codependent relationship that you need to, because you need to be open for new love, for somebody that's going to nurture you in exactly the way that you deserve to be nurtured, somebody that's nice, somebody that isn't running at you because you're attractive and because they know you're going to be loving and sweet. Yeah, you are the total package, of course. We all know that. That's why everybody's always messing with Cancers. This is why this happens. This is why we have to learn the lesson how many times that you can't be the only person nurturing a relationship. You have to nurture yourself. That what you sacrifice when you continue to give to somebody that refuses to give in return, you don't get that back. And it doesn't make your life better. You shouldn't continue to give to something like that. Again, it becomes a whole toxic cycle. And I know that maybe I'm harping on this, but it's really important this month for you guys to know that what you give your energy to is important. And to continue to side rail, really, or run away from what we really want and to compromise our own happiness, we got to stop doing that. And you will. Like I said, if there is a moment where a choice will be made, a decision will be made, and, you know, again, if you've been hemming and hawing and like, I don't know how to approach this, I don't know what to do, what do I do? Get clear. And as soon as you get clear, either before or again on that Sagittarius eclipse, that solar eclipse mid-month, I really feel like around then is when you are going to make that decision very quickly. You're going to stop juggling. You're going to stop hemming and hawing and wondering, what do I do? And maybe I'm going to go this way or that way. You can't be going back and forth, because you're confusing your own energy, the universe's energy, and you're not going to know where you want to go. So if you feel that it's time to go, believe that. There's a part of you that wants that for a reason, and to ignore it and continue to ignore it and try to make excuses to stay isn't going to make this better. You have to choose to take the reins in your hand and direct it where you want to go. And not give a shit about where everybody else needs you to go, wants you to go, feels you should go. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And if they don't want to hitch their wagon to you anymore because you want to go off and better your life and focus on you and heal and, you know, maybe go back to school, live in a different place. If they don't want a part of that, and if you're telling them that you don't want them to be a part of it and they're still trying, you got to make sure that you cut that off. You're not doing this for anybody but yourself. Remember that this month. And every time that you start trying to, don't try to piece somebody else into that and wonder, but what about that relationship? But I wonder how I can make this work. But I wonder how I can make it work for them. How can I, include them in my life? No, just include you. Those other people will come in once you start going on that path. Once you start following your path, doing what you want to do, completing and going for your goals. When you start doing that, all those people, that lover, that, business partner, these contacts, these friends, whatever it might be that you're afraid you're never going to find, they're all going to show up. They will all come to you naturally, as everybody always does, Cancer. So you don't have to worry about it. Leaving this space in your life only leaves you space to grow, to nurture yourself, and to really evaluate who you are now versus who you have been operating under. It's like, wait a second. I've been operating under this system. Like, I need to update. It's time for me to update because I don't look like this. I'm not, like, this is 10 years old. It's that kind of stuff, like, where, again, hearkening back to that song where it's like, there's a moment in the song where it's like, there's a knock on the door. You don't even recognize them, and because it's you from the past. It's you from before. So this is kind of the moment where the you from before is, you're shedding your skin of the you from before and you don't really know who you are, right? We're at this moment where we can be anything. We have the power to do anything, to make a move for ourselves that is so big, that is so life-altering, that it completely sends you on a totally new trajectory in your life. And yeah, it's amazing. And you can do it. So focus on what your dreams are. Know this month that you are the lottery and that anybody would be, would be lucky to win you. But you have to remember that you're the lottery. You can't just be giving yourself out to everybody because they want it. Okay? So yeah, because if you do, you're going to feel a fool by the end of it and realize, oh my God, I've gotten attached. I've done it again. I've done the thing where all of a sudden I'm attached to somebody that I didn't need to be attached to. As soon as I got free, as soon as I, started breaking free of all this stuff, that person came back, that attractive person where, it's like physically it's very tempting. And it's because it's all this 8th house magnetism right now. And you're just gonna have to step away from it. For just a little bit, at least. To evaluate what it is that you want and what it is that they want too. Because a lot of those people that show up don't want anything other than what they can get their hands on and get away with. They don't want to build with you. They want to see what you're going to give them. They'll never ask you to to give this much, to give your whole heart, soul, your energy, your whole life path over here to this other person, but they'll take it without even a second thought. So don't offer it. Don't give that to anybody. You are capable. You are mature enough to do this on your own. You don't need to lean on this person, no matter how tempting and sweet and amazing it might seem. Keep them at an arm's length. Because you are working through some shit, and you don't know what they're going through either. 7 of Swords, you don't know the intentions here. And it might seem really spicy, really sexy, really just like too much. It's like hot and heavy energy for you amidst all this insane change. And yeah, you might meet somebody that you really do like and that you really want to start something with. But you have to give this time. Because you're in the process of healing and of getting to know yourself and of learning where it is you even want to go and what you want to do. And I don't think it'll be these will be hard things to figure out, but you have to sit down and think about it specifically just for you, without anybody else in your mind, without what they want to do and what they want out of life and what's best for their careers and their families. You've got to break free, because if you do not break free this month, the good changes that you have been wanting for so long will not come in. You have to believe that the universe wants to give you all this, and that there is a light at the end of this very dark tunnel that it feels we've been walking through. It's there. The universe is only trying to help you to better your life. You have to just open yourself up here, because I mean, I just think if you were to try to go back to this and continue trying to make this toxic, codependent, awful thing work again, to continue to try at this just because you love this energy, you love this person, whatever this is, it's just going to make you resented if you continue to stay there. Because the universe is like, I mean, there's some, how do I even, like, just the conjunction, come on. The conjunction is happening. We have a conjunction that specifically in air signs hasn't happened in 200 years. We have this Aquarius, Saturn, Aquarius, Jupiter, who both just moved into Aquarius like days before it, like literally 1, 2, 3 days before it. And they're conjoining, and it is like, this only happens every 20 years, but it's only, again, happens in this sign, like these two, like the double air sign thing. It only happens every 200 years. Like, I'm sorry, I'm like shorting with how I'm speaking, but it's just like, there's so much happening, and it's so clear that the universe is not going to let you just go by. The dominoes are all falling down, and if you don't start running with the pack here, you're going to get left behind and stuck, and you don't want that. Because we have all of these different planets, again, moving out of this Capricornian, stuffy, stuck, stagnant energy that has forced us to just go this slow, traditional, difficult route, and it is finally freeing up. Finally, we're freeing up here, and we will have these light bulb moments this month. That is so clear to me, where you will see things clearly, and you will know what's good for you. You will know what's not good for you. You will know what's on the other side of this, and not to make a fool of yourself on the way, because that's not you anymore, right? This is not you. You have changed. So don't give your power away to anybody else. Go for your dreams and know you deserve them, and that they are right there if you start working for it. Yes, work is involved in this, of course it is. But as soon as you start putting in that effort, as soon as you start being courageous and brave with your choices and what you do, you've got it. I'm sorry this is such a long reading. I think instead of an oracle at the end here, because I feel like that was just so much information, we're just going to leave it there. If you want to, guys, if you enjoyed this, please check out the description box below if you're looking to book a private reading. Do make sure to subscribe to the channel. I really, really appreciate all of your support, guys. And if you haven't, do check me out over on Instagram at Deku Tarot. I also have a really great deal going on with Divine Astrology. They just do, sorry, Truly Divine. I don't know why I just call them Divine Astrology. Truly Divine. They are a Truly Divine Astrology app, but they do just amazing readings, like for your birth chart, for compatibility, numerology. Check them out. You can use my code. It's also in the description box. And you can get 30% off as many times as you want to use it. You can use it. So anyways, Cancers, I feel like that reading just like messed me up, and now I need to go like take a nap because wow, that was intense once again. I love you guys so, so much. Blessings to you all this month. Know that I'm with you. Again, follow me on Instagram. Let me know how your month is going, my Cancers and Cancer risings. I feel it. Going through it too. Love you so much. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of December and a great holiday and Yuletide season. Namaste.